Hello, today I'll be reviewing another Rush album. I was listening to some songs from this album recently and I figured I might as well go ahead and give it a review since I reviewed the previous album, Roll the Bones. And if you haven't seen that review already, definitely check it out after this review. But anyways, today I'll be reviewing Counterparts by Rush. And this album further continues the more guitar-driven direction that they started going since Presto back in 1989. And after listening to this album again, I'd maybe say that this is maybe one of their heaviest albums. I forgot how heavy some of the songs really got, especially with songs like Animate and Cut to the Chase. Some of those riffs are definitely maybe some of their heaviest stuff. And of course there's other songs you could point to also, but yeah, it was pretty cool to return to this album again because there are some songs on here that I haven't returned to a while until recently. So again, pretty cool to give this album another listen. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the album. Now they're not with Rupert Hine anymore. They're back with Peter Collins, who I believe worked with them on Hold Your Fire, if I remember correctly. But the album starts off with Animate, and this song definitely gives you a good idea of what you're in for with this album, with the more hard rock sound. And you can also hear a bit of rawness with the album too. Maybe that was what they were going for, I'm not sure, but either way, I do like the rawness of the guitar in this album. And yeah, this is a hard rocking song, a bit more on the upbeat side, and I think it has a catchy / memorable chorus. Definitely one of the more memorable / catchy choruses of the album, I'd say, and probably one of the standouts on the album for me personally, and I know I'm probably not alone in that too. The song is a little over 6 minutes long, and I think the song does enough to keep you engaged through the whole 6 minutes, at least for me. But yeah, overall, a pretty solid album opener. But then you get to Stick It Out, and this is probably one of my favorite songs of their 90s work. And now I've heard some people call this song grunge. I mean, I do hear a little bit of it, but I really like the main riff of this song especially. It definitely really pulls you into the song and kind of has a dark vibe to it musically a little bit, at least to me. Maybe I'm the only one that hears it, but either way, it's definitely another highlight on the album for me personally, and also not a bad choice for a single too, because all around it's a pretty catchy song. And again, the main riff I really like a lot. But then we get to Cut to the Chase, and kind of like with Animate, it's a bit of a more upbeat rocker of a song, and I also really like the chorus of this song also. Not a whole lot to say about this one, but so far the album starts off pretty strong. But then we get to another single, Nobody's Hero, where you get some acoustic guitar, and through the song you can also hear the emotion from Geddy Lee as he's delivering the lyrics. And if I remember correctly, the song was inspired by a gay friend that Neil Peart had. I believe this friend also had AIDS. I could be thinking of a different song, but that's what I've heard though. But yeah, also not a bad choice for a single. One of the more accessible songs on the album, you could maybe say, but the song does have some pretty strong melody too. But then you get to Between Sun and Moon, and this song, just by listening to something like a part like the chorus, you can definitely hear in the 90s in this song. But either way, overall solid song. I don't know if it's one of my personal favorites, but I do like it though. But then you get to Alien Shore, which is another song that's also not one of my personal favorites, but I do like it though. The thing that stands out the most to me in this song though is probably Alex Lifeson's guitar work. The guitar work is what really pulls you into this song, at least for me. But then you get to The Speed of Love. This song has always been one of my least favorites off the album. The song never really grabbed me as much as other songs on the album for me personally. Not a whole lot to say about it, but it's not bad. But then you get to Double Agent, and this is maybe one of the catchiest songs on the album. I really like the rhythm work especially, and again, I do really like the raw guitar that you get in this song. You also get some speaking or spoken word somewhere in the verses, and I found that to be kind of an interesting touch to the song, and overall executed not bad. The execution was not too bad with the spoken word or speaking, but either way, pretty cool song, I'd say. Again, I do really like the guitar. But then you move on to the instrumental, Leave That Thing Alone. Now, definitely what stands out the most to me in the song is probably the melody. I think the melody really pulls into the song. The melody in the song especially kind of gives the song a bit of emotion, which I think works very well for the song, and maybe not my favorite instrumental from Rush, but either way, still pretty solid instrumental all around. Kind of unique, I'd say. I think the song to me does enough to stand out on its own, and overall, again, a pretty solid instrumental. But then you get to one of my personal favorites on the album, Cold Fire. A bit of a more straightforward song, but still a rocker too. And I do really like the chorus too, especially Geddy's vocals. But speaking of Geddy's vocals, I think he vocally sounds really good in the album closer, Everyday Glory. His vocals are probably maybe my favorite part of the song, or favorite aspect of the song. This song has never been one of my personal favorites off the album, but again, I do like it. I wouldn't really say any of these songs on the album are bad, but there are maybe like 2 or 3 songs that I could maybe live without. Maybe this song might be in one of them, but either way, again, I do really like Geddy's vocals in the song, especially such as in the chorus. But yeah, overall, a decent album closer. Not one of their best closers, but again, not bad though. But if I had to rate this album, I'd probably give it maybe an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10. I'm jumping between those two scores as of now, but overall, again, definitely cool to return to this album again. I do like the raw hard rock sound of the album, and it was also cool to see the band go back to Peter Collins for producing. But yeah, again, gonna go with either an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on the album. Do you love it? Do you hate it? How does it compare to their other albums for you personally? Let me know your favorite or least favorite songs on the album and all the good stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching. Comment and like, subscribe. Have a nice day and take care.